All right, everyone, welcome to the live show. It's another day and happy weekend to all of you out there. Okay, thank you for being with me throughout this journey. All right, if you are new to the channel, if you are new to the show, this is the trading show. Okay, where we look at possible scalping opportunity in the crypto market to actually make some profit for ourselves. So we do this daily, Mondays to Saturdays. So you want to make sure that you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so that whenever we go live, okay, you'll be the first to be notified. And then after our live show every morning, what we call it do, the conversation continues on the Telegram group. So if you're not on the Telegram group, just go to the description of this video, guys. Okay, go to the description of these videos, and what you want to do is to click on show more. The first link here is to sign up for a Bybit account. This trading competition of turning $100 into $1,000 is done on Bybit. Okay, so we're basically trading futures on Bybit. So you want to make sure that account, sign up with the first link, and then the second link will be to join the Telegram group and take all the signals that have been shared there day to day. All right. So thank you for joining us this morning. It's a weekend. All right. This is why I love crypto. All right. You can actually trade crypto during the weekend. All right. You can trade it at one spare time, midnight. Okay. The market is open 247. The market is open 247 and all of that. So what we are doing this morning is to look at possible, scalping opportunity and the trades that we're going to be taking. All right. And then see a setup that will work for us. And, at the end of the day, we'll call it a day. So if you are just joining, make sure you smash that like button, guys. Smash that like button. Okay. Smash that like button. If you are new to the channel, just click on the subscribe button, right? It doesn't cost anything. Just subscribe and support us that way. Okay, so coming to Bybit, all right, what I'm currently looking at, yesterday we looked at the STMX USDT. How many of us, okay, I believe a lot of persons made losses on this coin, okay, but if you actually understand the concept of dollar cost averaging or the Motingo strategy, okay, you would have made some money out of this trade. But I decided to edge this trade, right? I decided to edge this trade, and at the end of the day, right, why the long trade was going, yeah, Vincent, you're welcome. Okay, why the long trade was going in profit, the short trade was actually going in losses. So what I did was to be adding margin, okay, add more margin or dollar cost average the short position until I got to, let me even show you what was possible, because currently that coin is trading at around is the one ranking, okay, topping right now, and it's trading at around 64 cents. That is 0.0064. Okay, so yes, for the past 24 hours, this token has gone up by over 30, more than 30%, and all of that. And then guess what? We have over $206 million in trading volume for this particular token. Okay, so what I did was, if I come back here to, I think I have that on my watch list. Let me go ahead and pull that up, because currently we are trading above the area of resistance which we mapped out yesterday. We are trading above that. So for now, it's a long trade, guys. For now, it is a long trade. Okay, if you are going to trade this token, you'll be looking for a trade to the upside. All right, but we already had a massive pump this morning and that week. So you see that this yesterday's candle closed above this area. We started entering that trade around 54. Some of you entered earlier, okay, but I entered around 53. That is 0.00553, 533, right? Then I started adding to that position, and at the end of the day, I closed my trade at around 0.00, I think 59 something. So for the short trade, that was where I closed it. But the long trade was the one that actually made the most money for me. Okay, it was actually the one that made the most money for me, because what I did was to double the long trade, the edging. When I edged that, I doubled the other position so that in case this other one goes against me, the profit I will make for this other one can cover up for the losses I will incur. But end of the day, guys, still ended up closing that trade in profit. So we broke this area, and currently the area we're looking at is this top area here. All right, is this here. So for that trade, you just wait for a pullback. Okay, this is the area we're currently targeting right now. Okay, this zone here up there. That's the area we're currently targeting. And with the amount of volume that is coming into this trade, you look at this playing out, guys. Just look at this playing out, okay? So for now, we had that pullback already. So I'm not going to look at this token because it was making me unstable yesterday, but at the end of the day, it ended up well, right? So I want to see a rejection at this area, then I'll take it down. Okay. So wait for it to get down to, we actually went as high as 71, 72, but wait for it to get to 77, 78. Then you start looking for short opportunity and then maybe targeting this level of 5453 and all of that. All right. So that is for the ST token. Guys, that is exactly what I am currently looking at. For the GPT, and then TRX, Tron just all of a sudden started pumping from nowhere. Okay. So let's look at all of that and see what's possible. Okay, let's look at all of that and see what's possible. Yeah, good morning, Vincent. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining. Okay, let's look at GPT. What's the GPT token about? Let's look at that. How much is being traded here? The volume here is over $7 million plus, and then we have TRS with the $47 million plus. I think that's where our focus should be. Okay, but let's look at GPT and look at what's possible. GPT USDT. GPT USDT. Let's look at this. Guys, smash that like button, okay? Smash that like button, guys. If you're just joining, and then the subscribe button if this is your first time of joining us on the live show. Okay, I think let's go to 4 hours and see a clearer picture of this. Okay. So with the little amount of volume traded for this particular token has gone up, okay, I see this token going up to, we already got to that 0.019, and then we started rejecting from that area. So if I was to long this coin, right, and my first take profit level would have been around this area we just rejected from. Okay, so what you want to do is to wait for this pullback is basically going to look for a long trade because right now, what I'm looking at right now, okay, if I go to the 1 hour time frame, let's see a clearer picture. Yeah, this pullback, this rejection we're having here, right? We already had a pullback there, which is what we would have taken advantage of, and this started happening like an hour ago. So we would have taken advantage of this. But what we want to do is to wait for that pullback to come back a little, okay, and then that have that rejection. Remember, we are in an uptrend, right? We are in this uptrend movement. So if this continues, maybe if I bring my Fibonacci retracement to and I measure from here, this is on the 15 minutes time frame. Okay, we are rejecting at exactly that 0.5% level. Okay, the 50% level. That is exactly where we rejected from. So I see a long trade. Okay, you can enter a long trade for this particular token and go ahead and target around 0.018. Okay, enter a long trade for this particular token here. All right, a quick scalp, and then take it up to where we rejected from. Okay, if it gets back to this area where we rejected from, then you will be looking at taking a short trade to the downside. All right, if it gets back to this area, look at taking a short trade to the downside. This is exactly what I'm currently looking at for this particular token. So it's going to be a long. Okay, so you can enter a quick long for this particular trade for the GPT USDT. Enter a quick long. All right, and then equally have it in mind that we just have 7 million in trading volume, which is a bit high actually. So take a long trade and then target 0.018, okay, 0.018775 or 770 if possible, right? And then when it gets back to 0.019, look for taking a trade to the downside. Look for taking a trade to the downside. Okay, that's currently what I'm looking at for the GPT token, right? For the GPT token, that's what I'm looking at. The next token we need to look at is the TRX, okay, the Tron. We look at the Tron token. Let's look at Tron. Let me put this on the watch list because we need to come back and look at this and see how it plays out, okay? Yeah, but I wait to short again if it gets to that level. I want to get another rejection at that level and then I'll go ahead and take a short trade. So the next trade we are looking at is TRX USDT. Okay, you can use the comment section and let me know any of the token you want to trade that you want us to look at. Use the comment section and then type in your tokens and then we'll go ahead and look at it. Okay, type in your token in the comment section and we'll go ahead and look at that as well. All right, so it's a weekend. We just look for a quick scalping opportunity to make money and exit this weekend. Okay, let's see what we can actually make out of the market this weekend, guys. Be careful, right? Market can either pump or dump, all right? BTC is at a very critical level right now, okay? It can either pump or dump. So be careful when you're trading, trade with tight stop loss and don't get your account wrecked, okay? Don't get your account wrecked. So let's see how the weekend plays out. By Monday, we should get a clearer picture of where BTC is going. That is if we don't remain in this area for like ever, but be careful on this weekend, right, guys? Just be careful because market can either pump or dump. Market can either pump or dump. For TRX, I'm not seeing. Yeah, look at this. Okay, so currently what we are looking at is on the weekly time frame. This is just rejecting from this resistance here. That's where we just rejected from right now. Okay, so this resistance here is where we just rejected from at that 0.094. All right, that is where we had that rejection from. And remember, we've been in this uptrend since last year, guys. We've been moving this upward, okay, taking this up movement since last year, I think November, October, November last year, right? So we've been moving to this upward movement, as you can see with that trend line. So if we go to the daily time frame, the same thing you can see here. Okay, we have been rejecting from that trend line and moving upward. And right now we are at this critical area, which is where we are having this massive rejection from. How far can this rejection go? What we are waiting for is to see that this will come back to our trend line, guys. Come back to our trend line or even back to where around 0.080. Okay, so for TRX is a short for me, and I'm going to do enter with a minimal leverage, then dollar cost average into this position. Okay, so you can enter now with market order for the TRX token, guys. You can enter a short and just do like a 10 to 20% move, guys. A 10 to 20% move, or you wait for it. If it comes back up again to 0.09, 0.09394, okay, you enter a short trade, guys. But I see this token coming down, okay? I see this coming down, so pay attention to that. So let me get my phone. So pay attention to TRS because that is just where we just rejected from, okay? And let's see that actually plays out very well. So let's see how that plays out, and yeah, TRX. So if you are not comfortable, you can wait for it to go back up. Okay, so I'm targeting like 80 cents. Okay, 0.08. That's where I'm targeting. All right. I'm hoping that this coin will come back to cover up this, and then gradually, if it continues to go up, I'll just be adding up to the position and all of that. All right. So that's currently what I'm looking at for TRX. Okay, so pay attention to that particular token, guys. Pay attention to that token. Pay attention to that token and make some profit for yourself. Okay. Yeah. So TRX, that's what I have right now. So yeah. Okay, let's look at ARB USDT, the Arbitrum token, right? So what is it? What do we have here? I've been in this trade on the spot market for a very long time now. Bought at a very high price, and I'm waiting for it to go back up. Okay, I bought very high, and then this time around, I'm waiting for it to go back up, and it has not even gone to my entering price. Okay, I think I entered I bought at around $1.40. So, and I was hoping that it would go to $1.80, but this is where we currently looking at. Okay, for the ARB token. Right now, let me look at the higher time frame and see what's possible. Yeah, for the 1 hour time frame, okay, so we are in this upward movement, so hoping to go up above this area, right? Slightly, we are just like in this support. This is our support now becoming a resistance, all right? So support now become resistance is what we're currently looking at, guys. So this area where we rejected, we played around here is the same area where this market is currently sitting, right? That's the same area we're currently sitting right here. So what we want to look for is a bounce from here. Okay, currently we're at $1.24. So for me, I'll be looking for long trade to the upside for this particular coin. Okay, so I can go to a lower time frame. Let's go to like the 15 minutes time frame. Okay, so I'm looking for a trade to the upside. So what I can do is, I think this trend line is broken already, right? So we have a trend line up there, and then adjust it so that it gets this much touches here. Yeah, something like that. So I want to see this play out, guys. If we come back to around, and I'm even looking at this area, maybe this can come down. I don't know how they will play out, guys. I don't know how the weekend will play out, but for me, it's going to be a long setup. I'm not going to look for any scalping opportunity in this trade right now. It's going to be a long setup, guys. It's going to be a long setup. So what I want to see this is either come back. I want it to come back to this level. Okay, let's remove this trend line out of the way. I want to see the ARB come down to around 1.23, 1.231, okay, 232, and all of that. This area here. Then I'll be looking to enter a position to the upside, and then I'll gradually add to my position until we get up there. Okay, the target will be around $1.30 or thereabout. Yes, 0.13 0.30, yeah, 0.30 is what I'll be targeting. Okay, so if we don't break this level here down, guys, if we don't break this zone down, then if we have another rejection at this area, I'm taking a long trade to the upside. This is exactly what I'm looking at. Okay, then if we break this zone, this area here, if we break it, you see we've had it touched, we've rejected from this area several times. Okay, so if we break it down, then I'm looking at this market going down to around $1.17 or even $1.15. Okay, so I look at it going down to $1.17, $1.15. But I'll start buying from $1.23, and then if it breaks and come down, I'll start adding to my position. The target is $1.30. Okay, $1.30 is what I'm targeting. So you can gradually start adding to your position. You can buy on the spot market. You can use the lower leverage to buy on the futures market. It all depends on what you want, guys. It all depends on what you want. If you're on the Telegram group, I explained, somebody was asking dollar cost averaging, what DCA is, okay? So I explained that. So if you have $100 you want to put into this trade, you can gradually start buying now, all right? And then when it goes down more, you buy more, all right? If it goes up, you still add to your position and all of that. That is currently what I'm looking at for the ARB token, okay? That's what I'm looking at for the ARB token. So it's going to be a long setup for me, no quick scalping opportunity, all right? So for the Alpha USDT, let's look at Alpha USDT. What do we have here? Do we have it on the gainers list? Bybit. Is it the Alpha? I think I saw it yesterday. I was seeing it yesterday also. Or was it today? I can't really say. I wanted to see. Okay. APT is doing well as well. Okay, let's look at Alpha and look at what's possible here. So for the Alpha USDT, I think it's a new token also. It's newly listed token, right? Okay, so what are we looking at here? Yeah, it is. What's possible with this token, guys? So currently we are sitting at a support, right? So we're sitting at this support area here. Yeah, so we're sitting at that area, and for me, all right, then our this downtrend is what we're trying to break out right now. So if I go to 4 hours time frame, what I'm looking for this particular token right now is because currently this is what we are seeing right now. So we're seeing that move to the upside from here. Okay. So following this trend to the upside, let's look at lower time frame and see what's possible with this particular token, guys. What's possible with this token? First, let me look at the volume traded for this token before we know whether we're buying or we're selling, okay? So let's look at Alpha. Alpha has about a $1.4 million in trading volume, okay? A $1.4 million in trading volume. It can, maybe the volume will increase over time, nobody knows. Maybe the volume will increase over time. Nobody knows. But for this, it's going to be a long trade for me, guys. So on the lower time frame, 1 hour time frame, I'll just wait for it to come test this trend line again. Okay, anything at 0.10, okay, that is 0.104, 0.105, 0.104, 0.105. I'm looking at taking this trade to the long side, guys. So you can go to like the 15 minutes or the 5 minutes time frame and start looking for that to play out. I want to have a rejection at this trend line that I drew on the 4 hours time frame, guys. If I have a rejection at this trend line, then I can go ahead and take a trade to the upside. Then if you want more confirmation, guys, if you want more confirmation, you can equally plot another trend line, okay, on the 15 minutes time frame this way. All right. So what I want to see on this coin right now is I just want it to play around this area, okay, play around, or maybe we'll come down here. All right, once we come down here and start going back up, a break of this trend line and maybe a possible retest will give you your long setup. Okay, but basically what I'm personally looking at, okay, if this token can come down to this trend line and have a rejection here, guys, if it comes down to this trend line and have a rejection here, I'm going to take a long trade to the upside. All right, if it comes down to this trend line and have a rejection there, I'm going to take a long trade to the upside. Okay, so for the alpha token, that is currently what I am looking at. Okay, there's no big deal here, right? I'm not looking for any scalping opportunity for this particular token, guys. So I don't see that that volatility to say, okay, let's do a quick scalp or all of that. Okay, another token I want us to look at. Okay, for the GMT, let's look at GMT before we go to Max. GMT USDT. Let's look at GMT before. I wanted us to look at Max because I started trading Max as early as is it around 2 a.m. or thereabouts? Okay, around 2 a.m. or thereabout, and it actually played out very well. Okay, Max rejected from that $4.1, and then currently I think we are sitting at $3.9 or so. So yeah, it played that very well. Played that very well. But the thing is, I was afraid I didn't enter with a big margin because I know I was going to sleep up before I wake up again. So I didn't want a situation where I would go and sleep and then all of a sudden, you know, something something fishy will happen before I wake up. So I just decided to enter with a little margin, and surprisingly, it actually played out, guys. All right, so for GMT, this is what I'm currently looking at. I had this area of resistance, which we have this this false move to the upside, and then immediately we have this engulfing candle that actually broke that, and since then we've been going down. So for GMT, if you are looking for entering on the GMT, you want to wait for it to play out, guys. You want to wait for this to play out. So I want it to come back to this level. This is our support level, right? So this area is serving as our support. So we already broke below this previous resistance we are looking at. Okay, so this was the resistance we were looking at. We broke it, went up again, broke this other one, and now we are coming down here. So coming down here is waiting for this. Currently we are sitting at this level here, but I want to wait for this token to come down to around 20 cents before I can actually start making decision to buy. Okay, buying this token will be like you are targeting the next 10 to 20% move in the market. Okay, so let's say you buy from here, you buy at this zone here, okay, and then you target this next zone here. That would be like a 30% move. Then if you target this first level here, that would be a 16% move. So from here is half, and then from here the remaining half. So you would have made 30% if it goes up there, but you target this first area here, then you get there, you will close your trade. So for GMT, I'll just let it play out, okay? I'll let it play out until it gets to this level. But if I bring my Fibonacci retracement to, and let's say we'll take this move from here up there, what you see is that we are currently sitting at the 718 level. Okay, 786 level, sorry. We are currently sitting at the 786 level, guys. We are currently sitting at the 786 level. So let me bring that right up to the right so that you'll be able to see that clearly. We are currently sitting at the 786 level, and that is where we're having a rejection from. So you can start buying right now to this, token, because the possibility of it getting down here is very rare, guys. The possibility of it getting down here is very rare, right? So you want to take a trade from here, okay? So let's say we follow this trend line this way, and then we'll just bounce from that trend line, guys. So you want to start buying into this market right now. And then the 618 level can be your first take profit level, guys. The 618 level can be your first take profit. For GMT, okay, is a buy trade for me, right? It's a buy trade for me. You can go to the 15 minutes time frame and look for your entry on the 15 minutes time frame. So wait for it to come back down to this trend line, guys. So if you come down to this trend line at 22 cents or thereabout, you buy and then target anything from this 23 to around the 618 level, okay, and that is where you should be taking your profit. And if you break above that, then you can start trailing this market until you get back to around 25 cents or there. So for GMT is long setup for me, so wait for it. Okay, go to the lower time frame like the 15 5 minutes time frame and wait for it to come bounce at that trend line again. Anything around 22, okay, 22 cents or thereabout, take a trade to the long, to the upside. It's going to be a swing trade, but allow it to play out and you'll definitely enjoy it, guys. Okay, that is for GMT. Okay, so yeah, good morning everyone. Those of you just joining, you're all welcome. Okay, I don't understand. We are live. Emmanuel is asking if we are live now. Is it that you cannot hear me or you are not seeing me? Okay, we are live now. All right. So thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for joining. Please smash that like button. Okay, whether you are joining on YouTube, on Twitter or Facebook, make sure you smash that like button, guys. Make sure you smash that like button. Okay, and then you can follow me on Twitter at Digital Learner. Just go there at Digital Learner. You follow me on Twitter as well. All right. So we do this live stream across Facebook, YouTube and Twitter at the same time. So you can participate and join us from wherever you deem comfortable. Okay. But I prefer YouTube because YouTube and Facebook plays smoothly. That YouTube video I always have a way of buffering and all of that. So yeah. Okay, guys. So that is for the GMT USDT. Okay. Now let's go back to that coin that actually traded this morning, which is Max USDT. Max USDT. Okay. The whole essence of this live stream is not just to give you calls, because at times we may not get those trade to enter immediately. All right. We may not get those trade to enter immediately, but the thing is, you just learn, okay? So that when you wake up midnight, when you wake up any time of the day and you see a trade that can give you some profit, you go ahead and take it, okay? So what I was looking at for this particular token is this area here, guys, this zone here, guys. So we actually slightly pumped above that. We went to $1.15, okay, 15 or thereabout, 1716, okay, and then we started rejecting. So I entered at 4.1, and I was targeting just 3.9, I think 97, yes, 3.97, and that plays out very well. But I still see this token going down, okay, going down again. I see the token going down. So if I go back to, let's look at the volume that is currently traded for this particular token, guys. I still see going down more, all right? But looking at the trend, we are just, in that upward trend right now, okay? Yeah, we'll just be moving up there. So I still see this token going down, guys. I still see this token going down. I see it coming down to as low as 3.5 or even 3.4 or even to $3. I see it going down. So if you want, you can start buying into this. But what I would want to do is to wait for it to have a pullback again. All right. So currently we rejected from this area and then we have been moving. So what I want to see play out before I can enter another short trade is wait for this to pull back, okay, to this zone, and then you can take a short trade and target this area here, right? Take a short trade and target 3.8, or even take it down to around 3.7 and all of that. Once you get down below this area to 3.8, what you can do is to adjust your stop loss and then allow the trade to run, guys. Allow the trade to run. It can run for days or thereabout, but once it plays out, it will actually make you some returns. Okay, once it plays out, it will actually make you some returns. Okay, but all of these things are, if BTC all of a sudden decides to break the resistance at $31,000 and all of that, then majority of these coins will start, pumping and pumping and pumping, guys. Majority of this coin will start pumping and pumping. Okay, so for the max USDT, that was what I was looking at this morning when I traded it. So, and I still see it going down, guys. I still see it going down, so you can pay attention to that, guys. All right, yeah, BNB and Link. Okay, BNB is a very smooth trade. BNB has been, one of my favorite when it comes to trading with confidence. I can trade BNB and go and sleep. Okay, I can trade BNB and go and sleep, guys. I can trade BNB and go and sleep. Yeah, BNB, I see BNB. I think I have it set up to long BNB at 233. Okay, $233 is what I'm looking at for the BNB trade, and yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking at to long BNB at 233. So if you look at this zone here, this is anything from 238, okay, from 238 up to that 233 or thereabout. I'm looking at entering a long position for BNB, guys. I'm looking at entering a long position for BNB. This is exactly what the area where I'm looking at. Then, if we eventually break this level, guys, then be looking at the next level, which is 230, okay, to then the up down to the 220. All right. So for BNB, you see how clear this chart is, guys. Even if you just say you wanted to trade this with just trend lines, guys. Okay. So what I would do is when we started moving up here, I can plot my trend line and then start adjusting that trend line, guys. Start adjusting that trend line. At each rejection, you'll be taking your trade. Then when we broke this trend line, what happened? You plot another one. Okay? You plot another one and then follow that trend line until it goes down. So you would have followed this until you get down here to 220, 222, right? And then when we broke that trend line again, what happened? You plot another one. So you see how clear this chart is. So I can just be plotting trend line alone, using trend lines alone, okay, to follow this market and be making profit just like that, okay? So once you broke that again, you plot another one. And I'm waiting for this to play out. But currently, we are just sitting, we'll be sitting at this 237, 238 level, right? 237, 238 level. So I want it to play out. And if eventually we break below this level, if BTC breaks below 30, 29, 800, that is 29,500, definitely you see BNB coming down to this 220 level. Okay, so I want to see this play out. I want to see this play out. If it plays out, fine. But if not, for a quick scalp for me, I'll be longing when BTC gets down to 230, 239, 238, or even 240. I'll start entering a position to the long side. And I'm targeting this area of 250, 256. Okay, that's currently what I'm looking at for BNB. Then if it goes down from this area, then go ahead and take the trade up to around 230 or possibly 220 if we can actually get there. All right, so BNB right now, wait for it to play out. Okay, my entry level will be at this level here, this zone that I mapped out. If you come down here to 238, I'm going to take a long trade to the upside, guys. Then if we break this level, I'm taking a trade to the downside, targeting around 230 or even 228 down to 220 itself. Okay, so that is currently what I'm looking at. It's a long setup for me for BNB. So pay attention to all of those levels, guys. Pay attention to. Currently, I'm not entering any trade. I'm not going to enter this trade. I'll just wait for it to play out, and then we'll take our trade accordingly. Okay, we'll take our trade accordingly. Then the next one is Link. Okay, so Link USDT. Link has had its day yesterday. We don't know. Let's look at the chart and see what the outcome will be, guys. So if you are just joining the live show, please make sure you smash that like button, guys. Make sure you smash that like button. I had some setup on Link yesterday. So what I'm waiting for currently is for a rejection. Okay, so let's wait for my chart to load up. Let's see what's possible with Link, and I'll give you a setup right now. But I'm looking for a rejection to the downside before I actually take a trade to the upside, guys. I'm looking for a rejection to the downside before I take a trade to the upside. Okay, so trading view is no longer working. Okay, so trading view, let's look at the volume traded for Link on the Bybit exchange for the past 24 hours. Volume is around $132 million, guys. $132 million is a good one. Okay, yeah, so this is what I'm currently looking at for Link. Look at that. So we broke this one singular candle yesterday, broke this trend line. Okay, boom, and then it went up to around that a dollar point, I think a dollar point two. Did it go a dollar point five or thereabout? 8.5, right? It went to as high as 8.4. Yes, 8.4. But I'm looking at it coming to this higher time frame resistance, okay, at around $9 plus. I see link going back to that level. All right. So this is the setup we have, but I still believe it will come down to this my trend line, for instance. Okay. It will come down to this trend line to bounce at around $7.5, right? $7.5, then we'll take it back up again to that $9.3. That's what I'm looking at currently. All right. But if we look at lower time frame, this is currently what is playing at, guys. So we're just consolidating right now at this zone here. So consolidation is what we are currently seeing right now at this area. So what we want to see is this plays out. Is going to, there are two scenarios that may occur here. So we play out here, and then the continuation of that trend, or maybe we'll have a rejection back to this level here and take it up. Okay. So if this plays out right now, you're not doing anything, guys. You're not doing anything except if you have enough money to do both long and short. But that would be, suicide mission. Okay, that would be suicide mission to do both long and short at this middle. What if it just go up and it never comes down? Except it goes up, you start adding to the opposition, and then you wait for it to play out. Okay. So what I'm waiting for is a break of this zone here, guys. So bring your trend line and plot it here. So plot out your trend line and allow a break to either side. Okay. I'm looking at this on the 1 hour time frame, guys. I'm looking at this on the 1 hour time frame. So a break to either side will be taking a trade. Okay. I look at this breaking. I'm coming down to around 7.5. All right. If it breaks this zone here, and then maybe we'll have that go to lower time frame. If we have, that consolidation, it breaks here and it comes down here, I'm taking a short trade to 7.5. Then from 7.5 will be my long trade up to $9. But if we break this area, it means that we can get to that $9 level before we even start rejecting. Okay, back to the 7.5. So this area is area of interest. You want to pay attention to this and allow Link to do his thing here. Okay, allow Link to play out very well here and all of that. You have that rejection from here up, take it to $9. If you reject down here, or you can just simply wait for it to come down to the 7.5 level. 7.5, 7.4 would be to take a trade to the long side. So currently for Link, I'm not doing anything. I'll just wait for all of these, things to play out, guys. Wait for all the setup to play out. A breakout or a breakdown here will be, to take a trade to the upside or to the downside, guys. So that's what I'm currently looking at for the Link USDT. Okay, so for Sunshi, I think we looked at that coin yesterday. What did we have? Vincent, did you trade that coin yesterday? Did you actually have the setup yesterday to trade it? Did you trade? Did you enter the trade? I didn't look at it again, so I can't really say what the outcome was. So let's look at Sunshi USDT. The setup we had yesterday was what? What did we do yesterday for Sunshi USDT? Okay. Yeah, so we wanted to have a rejection here, right? I don't know if this played out. I didn't take the trade, so I can't really say. So I told us yesterday to allow Sunshi to come up here and then have a rejection from that zone. So come up there, have a rejection from that zone, and then you take a trade to the downside. I don't know if it played out, right? I don't know if it played out and all of that. So anybody who took that trade, please kindly confirm that if it plays that. But currently, we are still just between this support and resistance level. Remember, the trend line we drew yesterday broke that, and then we'll be going down since then. Okay. So and then we are waiting to get a rejection. Remember this area of interest here. This area is like our support level right now. This line you're seeing, okay, is our support level. So we want to see Sunshi come down to that 70-cent level. All right, and then possibly reject from that area. So another confirmation will be to use the trend line for the Sunshi. Okay, so if you draw your trend line this way, you want to see this trend line come down to this level, right? So if we follow that trend line gradually and come down to this level, what you want to see, if you don't want to enter here, wait for a break of the trend line, and then maybe a possible retest on a lower time frame, and you go ahead and take a trade to the upside. Okay, so for Sunshine, be looking at for a long setup. But let this play out, guys. Let this play out. Let it come down to this area, and then you can take a trade to the upside. Okay, that's what I'm currently looking at for the Sunshine USDT, guys. So wait for this to play out and then take a trade to the upside, guys. Take a trade to the upside. If you place that, take a trade to the upside. You can go to lower time frame like 5 minutes, okay, to start looking for your entry when it eventually plays that, guys. When it eventually plays out, look for your entry down there at 70 cents and take it up to as high as 72, 73, or even up to the 74, 75 cent. Okay. Yeah. So yes, good morning. Omolade, thank you for joining us. Okay, make sure you smash that like button, guys. I wish I had known you before paying for someone. It's not a bad thing to pay, okay? It's not a bad thing if the person is going to be there for you, okay, whenever you have issues, you want to, it's not a bad thing to pay for mentorship, if that is what you are referring to, guys. It's not a bad thing to pay, but it will be a bad thing if you are paying to the wrong person, actually. It will be a bad thing if you are paying to the wrong person. Okay, so just join our daily live stream, ask your questions, and then you are good to go. Okay, the whole essence of this is to make you a profitable trader. That's the most important thing. All right, we don't want people getting, most especially now that things are even very difficult, guys. If you can no longer have transport to go to work, in fact, let me even say this: the best time to earn in dollar is now. $1, one USDT to Naira is around 860, $850, right? Yes. So you can imagine if you are trading and maybe every week you are making like $10, $20, $10, $20, okay? Then you can remove $10. Maybe you make $20, you move $10 out of that. All right. And then you go sell it on the P2P marketplace and all of that. The best time to earn in dollar is now. Okay, dollar you can only be enjoying if you're in Nigeria, you're earning in dollar. That is when it makes sense. Okay, if you jackpot and you go to for instance the UK where they pay a lot of taxes and all of that, okay, any dollar that will not make any sense to you guys. So earn the dollar here and then be able to fuel your bills and all of that. That's all. So trading is that easier way, all right, to do that. Trading, if you understand it, you can earn a lot of money from it every day, guys. Just understand it, okay? Don't trade with greed. Don't trade with emotions. Leave your emotions out of it. Understand and know that if I enter a trade, that is why we always say calculate this, okay? If I enter a trade, how much am I ready to lose? How much am I ready to win? And all of that. So that way you'll be able to. But it's not a bad thing to pay for mentorship. If the person have is open to attend to you whenever you need, not whenever you need, guys, because some of you can be very funny. You wake up middle of the night and start calling somebody, a married man, start calling somebody middle of the night. I don't understand what you expect the person to do for you. All right. So, yeah, sorry if you pay to the wrong person, but yeah, it's not a bad thing. It's a lesson learned. I think you should learn your lesson right now. Okay. So, if it break, do you need a retest before selling or buying? Yes. Most cases, okay. In most cases, you need a retest, guys. If it breaks, in most cases, you need a retest. You cannot just jump into it, except if it breaks and then you jump into it. The only thing that will not give you a confirmation, that will not give you that, retest is when there is a fundamental, all right? When there is a news in the market that has made the market, break your trend line. Okay, because of the speed at which the market is going, you will not be seeing any retest, right? Because in 1 minute you can see a candle move for like 1% to like 10%, 20%. That kind of candle cannot come back and give you a retest. Okay, so when there is a sad news, you see that kind of breakout, massive breakout, that impulsive move without any retest. When there is a good news, you equally see that breakout to the upside, okay, without a retest. But when the market is just trading normal, today there's no news. We are not. The US is not doing anything. Ukraine is not fighting Russia and all of that. Nothing is happening. Okay, maybe China is not trying to ban Bitcoin and all of that. There is nothing happening technically. Okay, you want to always wait for that retest. And the retest in most cases, if for instance I'm doing my analysis on 1 hour time frame, okay, I will see a clearer picture of that playing out in the 15 minutes time frame or even in the 5 minutes time frame. Okay, you go back, I do my analysis. I want to take this trade on the 1 hour time frame. Fine and good. I've drawn my trend lines, I've drawn everything. Okay, I'll go back to the 15 minutes time frame or go back to the 5 minutes time frame and start looking for my entries. Okay, once I enter my entry, then I'll just allow the 1 hour time frame to play out. An example of that would be because the returns and all of that will be on on the lower time frame. That is what you see clearly. You see this trend line I drew here, right? You see this trend line I drew here. You see that after breaking this trend line, what happened? We came back and retested this trend line here, guys. So here, right, we broke this trend line, okay, and then the next candle equally had that retest. But even at that, we still move up to this area, and this candle came back and retest that trend line, and we bounce up again, right? So we bounce up again. Now it should be clearer here because I am on the 1 hour time frame, but it will be clearer when you go to a time frame like the 15 minutes time frame. Okay, where is that? Look at this. Look at the break of the trend line here, right? We broke this trend line. Look at that. We broke this trend line here. Let me bring my. So on the 15 minutes time frame, this is the break of the trend line, right? And then this is the retest of the trend line. So after breaking this trend line, you wait to enter a trade there. So your entering would have been here to the long side. So your entry will be at this retest here. So we broke and then came back to retest that trend line. And then you would have traded this market up there. And this would have been, a good trade for you guys. Okay. So then when we started having that rejection, remember the rejection happened at this resistance up here. You would have taken it back, and your next target, okay, where you'll be looking at is possibly this trend line, because there is no way this market will continue to move like this and break this trend line and continue to go, except if there is a bad news that has made the market start pulling back and all that with that. Okay, so you see that it respected that trend line very well here, and then started going back up again. We rejected it again, and then we are coming back here again. Okay, so this trend here is useful. What we are now using this time around is this level here, this our support level, right? This is the support level we are now using, right? Okay, so we want to make sure that we'll come back here this area and then break that trend line and go to the upside. So if you do your analysis, for instance, on the 15 minutes time frame, you go to 5 minutes to the 3 minutes time frame and look for that trade to play out. The breakout and the retest, you can see it on lower time frame clearly, and then you can take it to the upside from that time frame, and then go back to the higher time frame you want to trade with and set your trades and allow the trade to play out. Okay, all right. Yes, Omolade, you are welcome. Okay, you're welcome. Yeah, good morning, health and wellness. Okay, Bomba. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, you're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome to the show. Okay, in Forex, we have Baby Pips calculator. What do you use to calculate your risk management in crypto? Every crypto exchange has their own calculator. All right, every crypto exchange has their own calculator. Okay, the way when we talk of margin, the way margin is calculated, the way except for leverage and every other thing that works the same thing. Okay, in Forex, when you enter a trade, you're entering with the whole of your capital, right? You don't have that option of like adding margin, reducing margin, all of those different options, that those different terminologies we use in crypto and all of that and the rest. Okay, once you set up a leverage you want to trade with, I think once you enter a trade, depending on the broker you're using, you cannot start adjusting your leverage and all of that. So I don't know about that. Then the lot size, the calculation of lot sizes and all of that, we don't use that in crypto. Okay, so every crypto exchange has a calculator, and the futures trading calculator works the same across all exchanges. So if I go to Bybit and I go to the derivative option, let's go to USDT Perpetua, you have the calculator there. Now for the exchange, the calculator gives you can calculate how much will it cost me to enter a trade. If I'm going to enter at this point, how much will I make? You can do all of this calculation even before you enter a trade. Okay, you can do all of this calculation even before you enter a trade. So if you come in here to the derivative interface, you see here, okay, somewhere by the side there, you'll see this calculator too. Then if you are using the app, open the Bybit app, there on the derivative interface, you see 3 dots by the top right. Yes, by the top right, you see 3 dots. Once you click on that 3 dot, you will see the calculator, and then you see other options. But here you just click here, and then the calculator will pop up. Here with the calculator, you can calculate where you get liquidated. Okay, you can calculate if I start adding margin to my account. Okay, I need to log in before I can use that calculator option. So I think I don't know why I love that and all of that. Okay, so if I start adding margin to my account, all right, if I start adding margin to my account, where will my average entering price be? For instance, you're using dollar cost averaging and all of that. So there is a calculator to, I think I made a video on how to use the calculator tool on Bybit and all of that. So go and check out that calculator too, because on the calculator we have your profit. I think we have different options that you can calculate how much you will earn when you are either shorting or longing a trade. You can calculate how much where you will get liquidated. You can calculate where your entry price would be and all of that. So maybe by tomorrow or next, when I log in, I'll be able to do all of that. But I'll make the video available on the Telegram group so that you can go ahead and look at that video. Okay, so the calculator tool on the exchange is what we use to do that. But because I have an understanding already of how those things work, I don't necessarily, because with the understanding of that calculator, and I know that if I want to enter a trade, I'm entering with, $100 with 10x leverage. This is what I'm expected to make if it goes in my favor. This is what I'm expected to make if it goes against me, and all of that. I just do that. But if you want to know this before you enter a trade, you can actually go ahead and use the calculator to do that. And there are other calculators. Okay, there are other calculators. I can't remember anyone. I think Mexi has a calculator where you can calculate how much it will cost you. You put what you are ready to risk. For instance, one pips. Let's say you want to risk. Sorry, you're not making me speak in forest terms. Okay, let's say you want to risk 1% and all of that. Okay, you go ahead and calculate all of that. I equally have a calculator on my Excel sheet. Okay, a calculator one of my mentors shared with me on my Excel sheet. I will equally share that for those who will be interested. But that one only calculate your risks. Okay, so let's say you want to risk 1%. It tells you that if you want to enter with the whole of your capital, you can use one x leverage. Okay, or you can use 2x leverage. All right, but the lower your percentage, the lower the risk you are going into the market with, the higher the calculator gives you the leverage to use. For instance, if you are risking like 0.3%, okay, the calculator can tell you that you can enter the market with like 10x leverage, 20x leverage, and all of that. Okay, so that calculates. I will make a video or even share that calculator with you guys. Okay, to see what you can do with that. Okay, what's price action? Price action is basically what we are looking at. Okay, on the trading view. Okay, price action is what we are looking at. Price action is looking at possible areas where market will react from. Okay, looking at past price event and using it to calculate or to predict what will happen in the future. Okay, so price action is that we have spotted that there is a resistance here, right? So because there is a resistance here, what has made it a resistance? The market came up here. Okay, now it is a resistance when it is, when we spot the area above our current price, right? When we spot it above our current price, then it is a support when we spot it below the current price. So here is the resistance because price reacted here previously. Okay, price came down here. You see this, this massive, candle. Okay, this impulsive candle that just started moving. It didn't move. You see this other massive one, right? It didn't move, but it has to stop here. It means that there is a block here. There is an other block here that has made this price to react to this area. Okay, so it reacted here for a bit before it started dropping, before you have this other impulsive move to the downside. And then when it came down again, something stopped it here. Okay, something stopped it here and made it not to go down. So when we spot these areas on either of these time frames, okay, in all of these different time frames, we now use them to say, okay, because price has rejected here before, there is every probability that if this price is going up, it will equally reject, even if it doesn't reject at once. Okay, when it comes here, it is like a bump. You are on the express, you are driving. Whenever you see a bump, okay, you must definitely slow down. All right, you must definitely slow down and respect that bump and all of that. So when we talk of demand and supply levels of or support and resistance level, they are like bumps on the road. Okay, so those are pure. When you talk of price action, is looking at those resistance and support level, and then using that tools like trend line. Okay, if I draw this trend line, I'm waiting for this. Now it is called trend line because it tells you the trend of the market. Why we use trend line is you want to know the direction the market is moving to. So if the trend line is slanted downward, it means that the market is going down. If you draw your trend line and it is going upward, it means that the market is going upward. So what you want to wait is a breakout of those trend line and a possible retest. Then you go ahead and take your trades. Okay. So price action is purely looking at the price, the chart here, and then you just determine that okay, there was an order block here. Uh, there is a support here, there is a resistance here, okay, and all of that. Then you start using it to trade and all of that. Okay, so don't get carried away. There's a lot about price action. You need to understand chart patterns. Okay, we have chart patterns, we have candlestick patterns. Okay, we have a lot of patterns you want to look at. Okay, then the support and resistance, which is like everything would now fall into place within that support and resistance. So those are the things used to spot at what price, what the price will do, okay, how they will react to a particular candle. When you see a particular candle, okay, when you see a particular candle, because for instance, you look at this, what is this candle? Okay, it is a doji, right? You see this doji candle here, and then doji candles are always reversal candles, right? So they are always reversal candle, which is what you see here. So when you talk of price action, you look at all of these chart patterns, price, candlestick patterns, and all of that. So we had a doji candle here, and since it's always a reversal candlestick and all of that, what happened? The next candle began, to have a reversion here, and seeing this, you'll be convinced that, oh, this happened on a resistance level. So there is every probability that this market will revert from here. And what happened? Gradually, the market started playing out, okay? Then we have pin bars candle, we have hammer candles, and all of that. Okay, for instance, if this candle closes the way it's going, this current candle that is going right now, okay, it will become a hammer candle if it closes with this big body at the top. Hammer, because the body here, there's no wick at the top, but you have this wick, this tail down here. Okay, so it becomes a hammer and all of that. So all of these are not things I'll sit down here and tell you, but these are things you need to understand when it comes to understanding price action. You need to understand, candlestick pattern, chart patterns, support and resistance or demand and supply levels, and all of that. When you look to understand all these things, you don't need indicators to trade in the market, right? You just look at the market, use your drawing tool to spot out those areas. Look at the candlesticks. What is it saying? What message is it communicating? Is it a reversal candle? Is it a continuation? Is it a continuation pattern? And all of that. When you look at all of those details, you use it to, make your decisions in the market, and you can start, making some profitable trades in the market. Okay. All right. Enough of the teaching, guys. We are looking for opportunity to trade. Time is already against me. Okay. We are looking for opportunity to scalp the market. So I don't know. I've not taken any trade yet. So let's look at what's possible. Okay. Let's look at what's possible, guys. Let's look at what's possible. Lina, I have Lina up there. I have Wave up there. Okay, Wave. Let's look at Wave and see if we can get a possible short trade, guys. Okay, let's look at Wave and see what we can get out of Wave. Wave USDT. Let's look at that. Okay. What gives you the confirmation that trade is going your way and that you should add more positions? It's simple. When once I say I plot my trend line, okay, and then the trade breaks my trend line, and all of a sudden, okay, let me look at wave and see. I will use that to explain, to answer your question, Michael. I'll use that to explain and answer your question, okay? Voila. Okay, let's look at wave on the higher time frame. So yeah, these were the areas I was looking at initially, okay? These are the areas I was looking at, which is currently where market is bouncing from. So yeah, so I actually, wave started coming down this way and all of that. Okay, then we started consolidating within this area. I think this stuff I map out here is on my 15 minutes time frame, right? Yeah, it's on my 15 minutes time frame. These two lines here, this was as at then, this was my high on the 15 minutes time frame, and then this was my low. So currently, this is exactly where we are rejecting from. So here is, for instance, if I go to the 15 minutes time frame. Okay, so we slightly, you see that on the 1 hour time frame, this candlestick was just at that line. But if you come to the 15 minutes time frame, you see that we broke above it and then we started retracing back and all of that. Okay, yeah, here, this candles you see here now will be a week on the higher time frame, but you see it here as full candlesticks and all of that. Okay, so that is what you are understanding here. Let's say I saw a trade that this trade is coming down. Okay, for me, if this trade is coming down, right? And I've put my take profit, let's say I enter the trade here, okay, and I've put my take profit down here, okay. If I've put my take profit down here, I want to see this trade play out, all right. I want to see it play out. Now, playing out is if you come to the lower time frame, okay, you will have some structures that you will need to break, okay. You have, all these breaks of structure, change of characters, and all of that. Those are some confirmations you need to look at. But if this, when as this candle is coming down, as this market is coming down, I see it coming to maybe play around this zone here. You see this zone? I want to see it play around this zone here. Okay. So if it comes to this area and I don't see it rejecting from this area and going upward, if it doesn't reject from this area and going upward, from here where I enter the trade, down here to this area is enough area for me to add to my margin. All right. If, for instance, I enter this trade with like a 10x leverage, I can even increase my leverage to like 20x. Here, even if I enter with 20x leverage, I will still be in profit because my average price cannot immediately jump from here to this area. It will be my average entry price will just be in between. Okay, meaning that below here, I'm still making profit. Then, if we break this structure, okay, if there is a structure that needs to be broken here, if we break this structure here and going down, remember my take profit level is down there. I can add more to the margin. When the market is going down, once you set up your trade, when the market is going down, you know that it's going down. When it is going up, you know that it's going up. Okay. And then in that case, you will now start adjusting your take profit level to your entry and all of that. Okay. Now, adding margin for me is both ways. If the market is going against me, I can add margin. Okay. I can add to my trade. If it is going in my favor, I can add to my trade. So you don't really need to spot that, is the market going to go down and all of that. Market will definitely go down after going up. Okay, it will definitely go down after going up. So that is just what I look at. Okay, for market, that's what I look at. All right, and this work best when you are doing, trading on a higher time frame for yourself. Okay, so if I've plotted a trend line here and we have not broken that trend line, it means that we are still in that downtrend. Okay, it means that we are still in that downtrend. So until we break above that downtrend, I am still in profit. That trade is still going in my favor, guys. That trade is still going in my favor. Okay, so for wave, I'm looking for a short trade for wave. Okay, I'm looking for a short trade for wave. Right, I'm going to enter a short trade for wave, but eventually, if something happens in the market, and Bitcoin start pumping, then you see wave may reverse from here. But for now, it is a short trade for me, guys. So if I go to like the 5 minutes time frame, we are still at that zone. Okay, we're still at that zone. So we rejected there, which is what I was actually going to look for. After coming back in here, we rejected there, coming down. So you can wait to enter a trade anything between this area here, okay, at the 2.03 up to 2.04 or 05, and then target. Your first take profit should be here, okay. Your first take profit should be at 1.98. Then if the market continues to go down, you can trail it down to 0.92 or 0.90, okay, or 0.90, okay. So that's currently what I'm looking at the wave trade. Wave, that's what I'm looking at, guys. That's what I'm looking at. But if you look at the higher time frame for wave, if I to let's say the 1 hour time frame, yeah, but still within that area. But another area you should be looking at this market rejecting from, okay, is you can possibly enter at 2.1 if possible, right? 2.1 and then take a trade to the downside. This is a quick scalp, okay? This is a quick scalping trade, but I see wave, all right? If you reject here, you see that we just keep going down, going down. So if you reject that, I see it coming down to this level, 1.9 or 1.92, 1.98 before going back up, okay? So if we break this level, then we are taking wave to the upside up to 2.1, 2.2, and all of that, all right? So that's what I'm currently looking at for the wave trade, guys. So pay attention to this, all right? But on a lower time frame, I'm shorting this. I'm shorting this and let it play out. And, once you play that, you go ahead and take a trade there, okay? So that's what I'm currently looking at for the wave trade, all right? Yeah, so Malga wants us to, can we look into understanding how we can use the candle patterns to know about reversals, okay, either up or down? Well, okay, I think I should pull up that candle pattern stuff so that you guys can go study it. Okay, I will equally put it on the Telegram. So if you are not on the Telegram group, make sure you go check out the Telegram for this stuff. Okay, this one is for chart patterns. Okay, we have this one for chart pattern. Maybe I'll devote one day to talk about candlestick patterns. Okay, candlestick patterns, there are a lot of them, plenty of them. All right, plenty of them. But we'll just look at the ones that are even popular, and then you begin to understand that. So for the chart pattern, where do I even have that stuff? Okay. For chart patterns, we have continuation patterns, we have reversal patterns, okay, and then we have that is when we have continuation is for both up and down, okay. When we have reversals is equally for both up and down as well. So for bullish, bearish market, This is chart pattern. This is a cheat sheet that you make you understand what chart patterns are. Yeah, can I move this around? Okay, so here you have a continuation pattern for a bearish market, then you have the continuation pattern for a bullish market, right? Okay, so these are patterns. Okay, this one is called the descending triangle. Descending triangle in the sense that the market came down. All right, so when it started pushing down, you have this consolidation. I think there was a chart I looked at that we saw that on. What was that chart? Is it what token is that again? Is it Link? Yeah, I think it's Link. Link, right? It should be on Link where we had, this pattern that you are looking at. Okay, I think for Link on the 1 hour time frame is ascending triangle, right? So we wait for that break of that triangle and going up. Okay, so for this descending triangle, it means that the market came down and then consolidated for a while and did what? And then started going down. So it is a continuation pattern for a bearish market. But for a bullish market, it is a continuation pattern as well. Okay, so it is ascending. Market went up and then consolidated for a while, as you saw on Link, and then from there it went up. Okay, this is the same thing. The pattern looks the same in a bearish market and then in a bullish market. In a bullish market, it's called ascending. In a bearish market, it is descending triangle. Then we had the bullish. Okay, the bullish flag happens equally on all time frame. So you see market going down and then to consolidate for a while. When it consolidates for a while, what happened? The continuation will be that it will break down and continue that downwards. So the same thing happens when it is an upward movement. Okay, so for bullish flag, then you always put this out on the chart. Okay, you always put them out on the chart. So these are drawings. They are a bit clearer. It may not be as clear as what you'll be looking at on the chart and all of that. But we'll look at time to spot all of these patterns on the chart going forward. Then we have the bearish wedge. Okay, so you see the way it looks like. It comes down and then it start moving up and creating all those consolidation period with all those highs and lowers and all of that, higher highs, lower lows, and the rest, and then all of a sudden it breaks and then continues downside. The same thing happens for the bullish wedge and all of that. Then we have another one called the symmetrical triangle for bullish pattern, and then the symmetrical triangle for this. Then we have the reversal patterns. Okay, the reversal patterns for bullish market and then for a bearish market. So reversal patterns, head and shoulders are always reversal patterns. If you spot the head and shoulder in a bullish market, it means that the market will be reversing. In a bearish market, okay, it means that the market will be reversing, going down and all of that. Okay, and then for you can equally see that in a bullish market as well. Okay, so head and shoulders. Okay, then for the bullish trend market, it is head and shoulder. While for a bearish market, it is an inverted head and shoulder, right? So here you see that the market went up and then created a head and shoulder. So since is a reversal pattern, it will be going down. While the inverted head and shoulder, the head and shoulder is downward for a reverse for what? For a bullish market, guys. So that's why it is called inverted head and shoulder. Then we have the rising wedge for a bullish market, for a bearish market, and then we have the falling wedge for these are all reversal patterns. Okay, these are all reversal patterns. Then here we have the double top. Okay, here we have the double top, and then in a bullish market, it is double bottom. Okay, then we have the triple top, then triple bottom as well. Okay, so these are reversal patterns, while these other ones are continuation patterns. Okay, so I will make this chart available on the Telegram group. So if you are not on the Telegram group, make sure you go join the Telegram and get this chart and begin to study it. When you study it now, start looking at how to spot these areas on the chart. Okay, on the chart. We'll make our time for all of that. Today's live stream has taken over teaching. All right, we're supposed to be looking at scalping opportunity to make profit, but today has taken, it's teaching. So Maoga, we will look at this. Okay, these are chart patterns. These are not candlestick patterns. These ones are chart patterns. Then candlestick pattern will take our time. There are a lot of candlestick patterns out there. Okay, the doji, all of them. We'll look at them one after the other and see how you can spot all of these candles. But I will look at the most used candlestick patterns. Okay, because if I say do all, even me, I don't even know all of them. Okay, but I know some like the doji, the hammer, all of those. Okay, the spin candles, and we look at all the spin bars and all of that. We'll look at that. Okay, those popular ones that you can always easily spot. We'll look at them. One of these days, I'll make a time and then we'll talk about it. Okay. I want you guys to join tomorrow. Tomorrow by 5:30 p.m. Right, I'll be having one of the best traders around to be. I will be hosting the guy on the live show. Then I will equally have another live show hosting somebody from Bybit. Okay, that'll be talking to us about the Bybit trading competition, why you should participate, what you stand to gain, and all of that. So throughout this week, I schedule a lot of activities. So tomorrow, 5:30 p.m., make sure you come and join. Okay, come and ask Dream Chaser. All right, he's one of the best. For the past trading competition we did, Dream Chaser was ranking number 2. So we'll be talking to us tomorrow about trading and how you can actually deal with joblessness in Africa as a whole, with becoming a day trader and all of that. So join tomorrow with your questions and ask him all of your questions. He will be able to attend to as many as he can. Okay. So yes, we'll take our time and look at all of this, how to spot them in the market and all of that. Okay. So please, all right, Emmanuel, let's look at MKR. Let's look at MKR and see if it will likely fall to that 150 that 950 that you are projecting. Okay, so MKR USDT, let's look at that. Okay, so maybe going forward, I'll just dedicate Saturdays for trainings. Okay, Saturdays will be just for general trading trainings and all of that. We're looking at chart patterns, looking at So what we basically do here, as you can see, all of the analysis we do, we just look at support and resistance level. We're not using what's it called? We're not using indicators and the rest. So that's basically what price action. If you understand how the chart work, you should be able to trade without using indicators. Okay. But at times we use indicators like moving averages, okay, using Bollinger Bands, RSI, and all of that to you know, spot that things. Yes, for the MKR, we are still at this resistance level, right? So we have this force pull back, move to the upside, and then the wick came back immediately and closed within this area. So we are still within this zone. So I see the token retracing back. If it is to 950, that is what I can really say. But if I go to like my daily time, my 1 hour time frame, okay, let's look at the possible scenario for this. I see this token coming down. It can come down to 950. Okay, it can come down to 950 because we are still within this zone. All right, we are still within this zone. What I want to see, though, the what's it called on the 1 hour time frame. So we broke above that, went down to around 1,200. Okay, and then came back to this level. So what I want to see on the daily time frame is a candle closing above that 1,100 level. Okay, I want to see a candle close above 1,100 level. All right, anything above 1,100. If this candle today, today's candle here closes above 1,100, then you should be looking at a continuation of this move to the upside, guys. So anything above this area at 1,100, or even up to, you can even take it up to this weeks here, this high weeks here, right? So you can take it up to this area here. So anything above, if this candle here, this particular daily candle closes above 1,200, then be looking for a long trade. Okay, if it closes above 1,200, be looking for a long trade. But for now, I see this trade coming down, guys. So we can go to like the lower time frame. It can get down to 900 if possible. All right, or 990 or 950 if you projected. Okay, and I see this coming down, guys. I see this coming down, but I'm not getting a clearer picture here, so I'm not going to enter any trade right now. I'm not going to enter any trade right now. But if I see it go back to, let's say, 1,160, 1,200 again, I can even take a quick scalp to the downside. All right. But if you want to enter here, if you want to enter right now, what I will possibly do, if I'm the one entering this trade, what I will possibly do is actually enter now, and then let's say if I've dedicated $100 to enter this trade, I'll just enter with like $30 and gradually be adding to the position if eventually start going upward. So if I'm shorting here, I will gradually be adding to the position. And then if it gets down to around $1,000 or even 900 as you projected, or 950, I can go ahead, 990 or thereabout, I can go ahead and take profit there. Okay, so for the MKR token, I'll be looking at it and see how it plays out. All right, but if I keep getting, that move to the downside, I may, possibly start a dollar cost averaging into this token and see how I can sell down there. But for my long setup for the MKR is anything above 1,200. Okay, anything above 1,200. All right. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at. Okay. Okay. Yes, that's what I'm asking on the ascending angles. Does it need retest? No. It doesn't need, yes, it does, because we spotted those areas with, you mean for it to break, when it breaks, okay, and then now for the, look at this, when you look at this chart, okay, what you are looking at is, this one doesn't need retest actually. Okay, for instance, if we go, this is, let's say we are looking at the ascending triangle. Once we do this, we are waiting for a break of this arm. If, for instance, we have drawn something like this and it breaks above, it means that it is just a confirmation that it is an ascending triangle. But if it breaks below, it invalidates whatsoever it is. Okay, if a candlestick, if you are looking at this, now one thing you should understand, guys, if I'm looking at this chart pattern on a 1 hour time frame, I should make my decision on the 1 hour time. It means that the 1 hour candle has to close below, above this. Since it's ascending triangle, right? It means that we are expecting that the market will continue upward. So if a candlestick on the 1 hour time frame closes above this zone that I've drawn here, you don't need a retest. Okay, you don't need a retest. The next candle will be your entering price, and then let it continue that way to move up maybe to the next resistance level, and you take profit. The same thing happens this way. But the only time you will need a retest is when it breaks the opposite direction. Maybe for the ascending or the descending, it breaks the opposite direction. So you want to get a retest that is not using this trend line as either a resistance or a support. Then you can then take it to the opposite direction. But here, a break above that, the candle closing above it, means that it's just a confirmation that, okay, this is truly an ascending triangle. So it means that the trend will continue, the trend of that market will continue. So you take it to the upside. All right. So just wait for a breakout and then you take it to the upside. All right. Okay. Okay. So, your explanation in a way I totally understand. Yes, we have to do that, okay? Because when I started, I've seen videos where people are just cutting. They just do cut and join, all right? They just do cut and join. Most especially when you are just starting. All those cut and join, they will tell you, I will show you how to make this, okay? And then the intro, after the intro, they are going immediately to that. The way people edit video fast, and all of that. Some of us who didn't go to school, we don't normally understand them. So I want to bring things to my level so that you can understand, okay? Say you understand it. Some persons will come to your YouTube channel and start abusing you. I don't know what people's problem are. Okay, so guys, that is it. Okay, that is it. That is it. I'm going forward. Okay, for now, the trade that I'm looking at, okay, to take, is the trade I'm looking at to take right now is what trade is that? I think I had one set up here already. Okay, for TRX, yes, I had that of TRX. I don't know. Okay, if you have not entered TRX, you can wait to enter at 88 cents. Okay, 0.088 or thereabout. Okay, and then I'm equally looking at wave. If I get wave at 2.1, I'm going to short. All right, and which other token again do we look at? Okay, for today's trade, trades that you'll be looking at today, guys, some of these tokens that I mentioned. Vincent, are you still there? What are you trading today? Vincent, let me know what you are trading today, because let me share that with the community. What are you trading today? Vincent, are you still there? Please let me know if you are still here. Let me know what you're trading today, guys. And then for the STMX token, okay, for TMX token, I think we equally had a setup for GPT, right? For GPT, if you want to trade that, equally look at that as well. And then for the TMX token, yeah, I'll be looking at trading. Let me open up that stuff. Okay, I'll be looking at shorting this token if possible. Let me open up STMX. I have it here on my watch list. Yes, here. Okay, for SMX, with the price is getting weaker and all of that, so I see it is a short trade for me, guys. For this particular token, is a short trade for me. So I'll let it play out. Let me show you what I'm looking at currently. Vincent, are you still here? I need to know what you're trading, man. So now I'm shorting TRS, okay? I'm shorting TRS at 88, okay, 0.088 or even 0.09. I'm shorting TRS, okay? I'm looking at shorting TRX, so I can just be adding to the position, okay? How will compound? Okay, I'll look at compound coin before I call it a day, okay? I'll look at compound coin before I call it a day. So for this particular token, okay, For this particular token, I'm looking at this other zone here, right? So let it play out. If we get to, anything around 70, 78 or thereabout, okay, that is 0.077, 0.0078. You'll be looking at taking a short trade to the downside, okay? Why I will not long into this area is, it's in other probability, guys. I'm not sure if this market will continue. You see this week we have here, it could be a possible rejection from this area to the downside. All right. And it can equally go back to this area and project it. So instead of longing to this area, I'll wait, okay, to just take a shot at that 0.0077 or 0078. Okay. That's what I'm looking at for the XTMX USDT token. Okay. Then for compound coin, you want us to look at how compound coin will play out. Let's look at what is currently doing and see how it will play out. Okay. So for TRS is a short for me. Okay, Adina, TRS is a short for me. So compound USDT, let's look at that and see what's possible. What's the possible scenario of what we're looking at? $71. Okay, so compound coin for a while has been between 70, 74. Okay, 70, 74, 70, 74. So yes, just pay attention. You can take advantage of those up and downs and all of that. So yeah, I was actually projecting initially. What I was projecting here is that compound coin will go up to around 90 up to $100 before it start coming down. But for a while now, we've been playing around this area. Okay, so we've been playing around the 70 $74 area, guys. So 70 $74 area. So you see, we're now using here as our support. So what I will wait for, guys, what I'll wait for is have a bounce at this $69 area again. Okay. So if I have a bounce, this candle that is dropping right now, okay, so we've been playing around this area. So what I was looking at initially was this area, right? So when we started descending that area, we came back and then had the support around this area, which is the same area you're seeing, okay, at around the $70 area. And then we had that bounce up there. So went to as high as 76 and then came back. So what I'm waiting for again is I'm waiting for possible entry for me. All right, if this plays out, okay, I'm waiting for possible entry in at anything $70, $69, okay. I'm going to take a long trade to the upside. All right, 70 $69. I'm taking a long trade to the upside, and I'll equally target around 75 $76. All right, so this is what I want to play at to on the compound coin. Okay, so you can check lower time frame and let that play out well. Okay, check lower time frame and let that play out well. So my entry will be around $70, okay, to 69.7, 69.8 for the compound coin. Let it play out here, and then you can take a trade to the upside, guys. Then if you go to a lower time frame like the 15 minutes time frame, okay, if you want to get a confirmation, but even at that, even if you use trend line, let this market return until it gets down to that $70 level, guys. Let it return until you get down to that $70 level. Then you can say, okay, even if it gets down to that area, I want it to break my trend line. So when it breaks your trend line, you get your entry just at around that $69, $70 and you take it up. Okay, but all of these things all depends on how BTC plays out this weekend, guys. So trade with care, trade with tight stop loss, don't lose your money. Don't go and blow your account, okay? Trading competition is coming up tomorrow, and I want all of you to participate in that trading competition. So if you don't have a Bybit account, guys, go to the description of this video, use the first link there to sign up for a Bybit account, okay? And then fund the account and get ready for those trading competition. At a lot of prizes, and for my team, I'll make the link available hopefully by tomorrow for you to join the team. When you join the team, you have a bonus that is given to you. Bybit will be giving you $10 worth of BTC. Okay, for joining my team, they'll give you $10 worth of BTC, and there are other bonuses. Okay, there's what they call one of the activities that you participate in is the arena raffle. Okay, once you complete a task in a day, you can win up to $1,000 in that by just completing tasks. Okay. So while you are trading to make profit, you're equally winning, money. Bybit has set aside $8 million in worth of USDT to give out to all participants. So yeah, it's a good thing that you participate in that. Okay, guys, smash that like button, guys. If you know what you are doing, yes, smash that like button. All right, so that we'll get more people to discover us. The whole essence is to educate ourselves. Okay, always look for possible scalping opportunity, and then I think I will start keeping record of all of the trades we take during the live trade. right? So that I'll let you know whether it is in profit or it is in losses. So whenever we have the live section here and you take a trade, please always DM me and send me, if possible, your screenshots, send me your P&Ls. Let's start keeping record of that and see at the end of the month. We'll always do, our calculation at the end of the month. I don't want us to be doing it weekly. Every end of the month, okay, we go ahead and look at the trades we took, the one that were losses, the one that was in profit, and see what our win rate will be, okay? Once we get a good win rate going forward, it means that our $100 to $1,000 is actually achievable. I think mine should be able to work before the end of this month, or hopefully by the end of this month, okay? I'll be able to give you what I've currently achieved since I started that challenge. And then those of you who have started the challenge with me, let me know if you're making progress, guys. Let me know if you're making progress, guys. Okay. If I don't get up to $1,000, then I can start another challenge. Maybe if my account is $600, I'll start another one from 600 to 1,000, which will be easier for me. If it is 800, I'll start another from 800 to 1,000, or even to 2,000, which will be easier for me, and all of that. Okay. Then gradually, every month we want to have a target. Every month we want to have a target. And if we can continually achieve that target, it means that gradually our trading account will be growing, and then we become a profitable trader and we'll start making profit in the market. Okay. So guys, this is all I'm looking for. For compound coin, let it play. And if you get it at $70, take a trade to the upside. Okay. But if we break below this level here, this is the $9 area. Okay, then you should be shorting the trade to around 64. Okay, if we break below this $69 area, short it to $64. Okay, we'll break it below that, but if we have a bounce here and then go up, take it up to around $75. All right, so that is for the compound coin. That's the setup I have for compound coin, guys, and I like to play out. And you can do this on the spot market. If it breaks above this, okay, go up spot market and buy and hold, and then when it gets before, you can sell, or you can use lower leverage and gradually be buying this to the upside, guys. All right, thank you everyone. Do have a wonderful weekend, have a profitable weekend, and tomorrow by 5:30 p.m., okay, Nigerian time, that is WAT, 5:30 p.m., I'll be hosting one of the best traders in town, all right, on the live show. So I'll send you the link to join. I come and ask him all your questions, okay? All these questions you are asking me here, come and ask him. You have all the time to answer all of your questions. And then on Monday by 6 p.m., I'll be having somebody from Bybit, okay, that will be talking to us about the trading competition, the SOT trading competition, what you need to do, how you need to qualify for, rewards and all of that. So equally join that Monday show with all of your questions. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. And above all, have a profitable weekend. So before you leave the